Hello everyone, welcome to Stefan Plodell, episode 2. At the end of episode 1, a man had just told Denise that he would send her the military leave request form. "I don't know what you're talking about. Call me and explain, please," said Denise. Of course, our man didn't. "Okay, dear," he said several hours later. "I can't call you right now, but I'll explain to you here. I've been on a deployment for 8 months now, and I haven't gone for a vacation. I was hoping to be back next year, April. To me, I didn't see any point of going for a vacation, because I'm single. Who will I spend my time with? So it was pointless until we met. It's very risky now in Ukraine, and I wouldn't want to be hurt, so as to be with you, hold your hands, travel to a few countries with you, and loving you always. Also, spend the Christmas and New Year with you too. Some of our troops didn't make it alive while in Ukraine, so I want you to apply for a family vacation to be with you, and also spend quality moments with you. So, if you think it would be nice to visit you in Guildford, I'll send you the UN military vacation mail, my MOS, rank captain, and other details the military will need." "I can't help you unless you call me," said Denise the next day. "Okay, I'll call you again. Is it a promise?" "You tell me. We'll find out. You'll either call or you won't." "I will," he said. "When?" "I'm calling you tomorrow, so give me your phone number. I'll call you through my military landline. I can't wait to meet you." "You can call me on here, like you did before." "Hello, dear. I've been very busy today. It's 4:05 p.m. here. You know how risky and demanding my job is. Sorry I didn't call or text you earlier. I'll talk to you during my free time, okay? I'm always thinking of you. Here's a token of my love to you. Once I'm free, I'll tell you, then you can call me so we can talk for a while. Sending hugs, love, kisses. Hope you're having a good time." And he sent a bunch of roses. "Which island would you choose for a holiday? I'm planning something big," he said. "Tasmania or the South Island of New Zealand." "Wow! That's so nice. Which should we visit? Tasmania or South Island of New Zealand?" And he sent her a photograph of a beach. "Bahamas too has always been on my mind. Let me know what you think." "I think you don't want to talk to me, baby." "Good morning, baby. I'm still counting the days left to meet you in London. You've always wanted to visit Australia, so I think visiting Tasmania is a good idea. I think I'll have to book the non-stop Qantas flight from London Heathrow Airport to Perth." "This is getting so confusing. You're back on chat as well. Look, I found an article about the best hotels in Tasmania. What do you think?" she asked, sending him one of those dodgy tracking links. Meanwhile, back on Facebook, our man had said, "Hello, good morning. So once we're ready, I'm booking the Qantas flight in Heathrow Airport." And then he sent her the usual blurb you get when you've been told that you need to apply for someone's military leave. "But if you need to apply for the vacation first, only if you're interested in me coming back, here's the military vacation mail address, United Nations UN 052 @gmail.com. And remember, a man is supposed to be in the US Army. He hasn't claimed to be working for the United Nations. "Good morning," said Denise. "Yeah, good morning. How's your night?" "It was good, thanks. Can I call you, please?" "No, please, I'm not free now." "Of course you are. You just messaged me." She tried calling him. "Still, I'm the base," he said. She tried a few more times. "How rude. Goodbye." "I can't talk with you now." "Yes, you can. Goodbye. Let me know when I can call you, please." And so he called her briefly. Unfortunately, I forgot to turn on the recording software, but he was back to moaning like a baby, and it was almost impossible to hear him because there was too much noise in the background. "When I'm free, we'll talk again, maybe," he said. "Okay, I'm not emailing you until you're somewhere quiet and I can hear you properly." "What did you ask?" he said. "Exactly. I need to talk to you somewhere quiet so you can hear me." "So, are you telling me that you didn't hear me?" "It was you that couldn't hear. I had to repeat every question several times, and then I was struggling to hear what you said. So call me when you're somewhere quieter, please. Now you've confused me again, and I've messaged you on chat about Tasmania." "Sorry, I deleted it here in my laptop. What did you say about Tasmania?" Because by then he'd either lost access to his Gmail account, or one of his mates had taken it over, or he'd been booted from the scamming team. So sadly, he never tapped on the dodgy tracking link. I can't paste them in Facebook because they don't work there. "I'm not going to repeat myself. It's on chat. I'm just eating my lunch." "Did you not read what I said? I've deleted the chat." Put it back on your phone. Maybe leave, or you screenshot it and send it here to me. No, you messaged me on chat just a few hours ago. Ask your mate to look on chat. If you message me both here and on chat, and expect me to read both, I expect the same courtesy from you. Maybe call me now. It quiet a bit, he said. So she tried calling him, and of course he didn't answer. If you're just playing silly games again, I don't want to talk to you. Right, that's it, she said when she tried again. If you're too disrespectful not to answer me, goodbye. You always wanted to be the boss. All the goodbye, too. All the time. Goodbye, too. I can't risk everything for you. I'm always busy here. Goodbye. Do you think soldiers on deployment are allowed to make calls? And I'll tell you the answer to that, ladies and gentlemen, in case you're in doubt, or in case the person that you're talking to online tells you that soldiers on deployment can't make calls. Yes, they can. But I still call you, but you're not even okay. I've already changed my mind. You can travel to Tasmania if you want, because I'm not taking you any more with me, not even to Spain. No country, even though you won't seek for a vacation for me. I'll have to sign my transfer to Ukraine 4 months later. I'll be back to Gainesville April. Forget about it. I took it down for security reasons. And you can place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Was that the end, or did our petulant child continue? He was back the next morning. He tried to call Denise before I got up. Good morning. I was late getting up this morning. It's absolutely fine, sweetheart. I hope you have a good sleep. I want to call you. I'm free. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Oh, that's better. I can hear you today. I couldn't hear you yesterday.
Yeah, okay. I'm still on bed. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thanks. So I'll ask you what I asked you yesterday because I never heard any of your answers. Where'd you come from in Austria?
Open.
Oh, right, okay. And how do you pronounce your name?
Stefan Plaudel.
Oh, right, okay. I understand you now. Couldn't hear you yesterday.
It's alright. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there's a sort of strange noise in the background.
What?
Exactly, I said there was a sort of strange noise in the background.
Strange noise. No, I'm in the military base. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know where you are. Yeah, I know exactly where you are. So what's all this rubbish? Exactly, yeah. I said I know exactly where you are.
In Syria, I told you, right?
Yeah, I know exactly where you are.
Where am I?
Well, you're where you are. So what's all this rubbish about someone else having to apply for your leave? You're not old enough to apply for your own leave.
No, I can't do that. You know,
You're not
my
old.
mom can't do that. So, and you know, I'm single.
You're not old enough.
What?
You're not old enough to apply for your own leave. Didn't Mummy teach you how to write?
No, you don't have to. You know, like I can't take a vacation except maybe I have to go for something important. You know, so that's why I said, you do that for me, cause the military will honor it.
Did you read your army contract when you signed up?
What did you say?
Exactly. It's strange how you don't hear a difficult question, isn't it? You were having the same trouble yesterday. Did you not read your military contract when you joined the army? You'll have a contract of employment.
So you don't want to apply for a vacation for me?
I'll take that. I'll take that as no, I didn't read my contract because I can't read. And if you read that, you'll find out how much holiday you're entitled to.
Okay.
And it'll tell you how much notice you need to give them. I mean, I presume if you're deployed, you can't just suddenly decide you want a week's holiday to go to Benidorm if you're on a mission. That would be a bit difficult.
So are you telling me you want to apply for me? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm telling you that if you're a mature adult, you're perfectly capable of applying for your own leave. I can't imagine the army would take any notice of me. They don't even know who I am, do they?
No.
No, exactly. So I think it would sound much better if the application came from you. If I suddenly email them and ask whichever of that stupid email address you gave me, I can't even remember. It wasn't the army, was it? Whose email
It,
address did you give me?
is it?
Sorry, say that again.
Of the military mail address I gave to you for vacation.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was United Nations Sun, whatever that is. It sounds like probably a beachside resort, is it? United Nations Sun. It's certainly not. It's certainly not the U.S. military, is it?
Of course, is it?
What, the United Nations Sun is military, is it?
That's United Nations.
What even is United Nations Sun?
United Nations, UN. Then you have UN, not Sun, not United Nations, and then Sun, United Nations, then UN.
I thought you were.
Okay?
I thought you worked for the U.S. military.
Of course, it's the US military.
Right. Why are the United Nations interested in the U.S. military?
Of course, are you just hearing it for the first time?
Why are the United Nations interested in the US military?
So I don't really know why you want to know all this stuff. But why would you be asking that?
Because you're the one that gave me that email address and you're the one that asked me to apply
Is
for
that
leave. So you tell
just
me why the United Nations are interested, or put it the other way, why do I have to write to the United Nations when you're a member of the US military? Do you know the difference between the US Army and the United Nations?
of course I know that.
Right, okay. Tell me what the difference is between the US military and the United Nations.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Tell me what's the difference between the US military and the United Nations. You said you know. You
Me,
can't.
if I know the military mail,
Right. Tell me what's the difference between the United Nations and the US military.
oh, did I tell you the United Nations is the same? All is also the same with the U.S. military.
Oh, right. Oh, they've disbanded the United Nations now, have they? And it's just become the US military. So they'd better call it the Ununited Nations, haven't they, if it's just the US military now? I suppose it was a money-saving exercise, was it?
You say what?
I said they must have disbanded the United Nations. There's a clue in the name, really. They must have disbanded the United Nations if it's just become the US military. It was probably a money-saving exercise, was it?
I can't hear you. I can't hear what you're saying. I can't
Yes,
hear
you
you.
can. Yes, you can.
Can you hear me?
Have they disbanded? Have they disbanded the United Nations? Have they disbanded the United Nations if it's now just the US military? If the United Nations is now just the US military, have they disbanded the United Nations?
So that's why I'm telling you can hear me. So of course, or you call me back. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? If you can hear me,
Yeah,
then
I
you
can hear
can.
you and you heard me. So I'll break it down into really simple steps so that your struggling brain can take it in one baby step at a time. Do you know what the United Nations used to be? You can say yes or no. Do you know what the United Nations used to be? I'll take that as no, you don't. But now the United Nations is just the US military. You can say yes or no.
Of course, yes, yes.
Yes. Right. So they've disbanded things like UNICEF, have they? Because they wouldn't need that if it was just part of the US military, would they? So all the other United Nations organisations have been disbanded, have they?
Sure.
Right. So the United Nations is now just the US military.
Yeah.
So
You're
it's
right.
not really United Nations, is it? It's just US. There's no other nations involved anymore. So it's just the US military, really, isn't it?
Did I make a mistake in that?
I don't know, you tell me. You're the one that's a member of the US military, not me.
Oh, maybe I sent you the wrong email. Maybe I'm gonna
Yeah,
check it.
yeah, maybe you did. I think you should get your commander to email me.
I'm gonna get the right email. I don't know. I'm gonna check it out again.
That sounds like a good idea. But obviously not from a Gmail address. It's got to be a proper US military address, hasn't it? I don't know what they look like. Is it something like gov.us, or I don't know what a US military email looks like, but it wouldn't be
Yeah.
Gmail, would it?
Sure. You're
No,
right.
it'd be a proper military email address. I'm sure you can work one out.
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. And when you've done that, you can find your contract of employment with the US military, your contract of employment, and you can copy the bit about leave and show me what it says. Sure, you can Google it. You find something online if you look hard enough. Or you can write something for yourself. Or one of your
Okay.
mates will do it if you pay them enough. Bung them
Uh,
2,000 naira and they'll probably write it for you.
you're not gonna write it for me? You're not gonna apply for me?
Well, you're going to give me a proper military address, aren't you? And then you're
I'm
going to
gonna,
give me that bit.
I'm gonna check. I'm
And
gonna
then,
check and then send to you. Okay, I'm gonna check it. Maybe I made a mistake or something. I'm gonna go back to the message. I'm gonna check it out and then send. Check for the new correct one, and then I'm gonna send it to you. Maybe
yeah,
I made a mistake.
yeah.
Something.
And then
Okay.
you're also going to send me the bit from your contract of employment that tells you how much leave you're entitled to and how you have to apply for it. It'll be in your contract. So I need to see
Oh,
that as well.
okay. All right. No problem. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna send it to you. Okay.
Yeah. As I say, if you can't write it yourself, if you bung one of your mates 2,000 naira, they'll probably write it for you.
Say what?
I said, if you can't write a bit from your contract yourself, the bit from your contract that talks about your holiday, if you bung one of your mates 2,000 naira, they'll probably write it for you, and then you can send it to me.
I'm gonna check for that. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm sure you can do. I'm sure one of you can do it.
Wanna who?
Well, I'm sure one of you can do it. You or one of your mates.
Not sorry. I didn't hear you.
I said, I'm sure you or one of your mates can write a bit that looks as if it came from your contract, talking about how much leave you're entitled to and what the process is for applying for leave.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
I'm sure you can do it.
I'm gonna check for it. I'm gonna check for it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah, you do that.
Okay.
Okay, bye for now. I will check and send you the deployment contract, he said, when the call had ended. So after that, you'll apply for a vacation for me, right? I want to see what the contract says, please. Obviously, written in proper grammatical English, so it sounds like a proper contract. You've gone quiet, she said a few hours later when she hadn't heard from him again. And now you sent me a message from a different chat account, so you never deactivated the last one for security reasons, did you? Because he'd set her a new chat request from a different email address. Do make up your mind where you want to talk. I'm not accepting yet another chat account. You can talk to me on here. Sweetheart, listen! Texting on here is kind of hard for me, because we ain't allowed to text on Facebook while on duty, but I take this risk just to make sure we converse on a daily basis. I took that to mean that there was trouble within his scamming team, and that some members were not allowing each other to access either the Facebook account or some of the chat accounts. Sometimes you need to see it from my point of view. It's hard texting here while on duty, okay? That'd be ridiculous. How am I supposed to know that? And you told me you removed chats for security reasons. If you don't know, then you ask questions, okay? I'm being honest and straightforward with you because I love and really respect you. And I'm taking this risk because my bond with you's so strong and I can't take you for granted. Sorry I disappeared, said Denise, because I literally just turned off the computer because somebody called me on Skype. My son rang. I'm not sure what you want me to say or do. You clearly said you deleted chat for security reasons, so you just have to chat on here when you aren't on duty. I'm not interested in continually changing from chat to Facebook and back again. I'm too old for silly games and it's confusing. So make up your mind and let me know what you've decided. I'm not playing silly games here, sweetheart. Have you managed to find the proper email address and download a copy of your contract with the army? I know what I'm saying. You might not understand me, because you don't care. Stop sounding like a toddler whose mother's just told him he can't have his toys. There's nothing to download, babe. I just told you how I get to talk to you, but you seems not understanding what I'm saying. You mean you have a paper copy of your contract and it isn't online? You telling me I shouldn't talk to you when I want to doesn't sound right with me, because I take risk just to talk to you, sweetheart. Oh, stop bleating on about risks and grow up. It's a simple choice you have to make. A, talk to me here on Facebook. B, talk to me on chat. The choice is yours, but please don't keep changing. And remember who deleted chat for security reasons. OK, I prefer taking you on chats, because I might get in trouble talking to you here. Then go back to your original chat account, please. Did you see my messages on chats? Your last one was about visiting Tasmania. That was the last message on his original chat account. Babe, have you seen my chats request? What's wrong with using the original one? I've been logged out multiple times because of Signal, and I just used my other mail to invite you to accept it, he said, because presumably one of his mates had changed the password and he couldn't get in anymore. Why is the Signal different on the new one? Sweetheart, accept the request. Why is the Signal different on the new one? I raised 2 kids. I know when someone's lying to me. Baby, I said I've been logged out, but I don't want to use the mail anymore. You said you've been logged out because of the Signal. Baby, stop saying that to me. I'm not lying, said a man who couldn't think of a suitably convincing explanation. And I can never do that. I don't do shit like that. Why is the Signal different on the new one? Then answer the bloody question with a proper answer, please. Why is the Signal different on the new one? Because right now I see absolutely no guarantee that you won't play the same silly game again. Oh, how right you were, Denise. The Signal is not different, and you know it's a military account, and I don't want to use it, so I prefer my personal account. Moving back to Facebook and telling me you deleted chat for security reasons. Baby, stop! Stop fighting with me, I dislike it. It's not a military account, it's a Gmail account. Then stop lying to me. Stop calling me a liar. I never lied to you, and I don't do shit like that. If I accept your new request, then I'll not talk to you again here on Facebook. Now tell me what the security reasons were for removing one Gmail account and then setting up another, please. Why does it seem so hard for you to believe me sometimes, babe? Why? Because your lies are so bad that it's obvious. If you really honestly, I can't lie, won't use chat for security reasons, then you can talk to me here. And it's only tonight that you suddenly decided you aren't allowed to use Facebook. You were allowed to use it before, whenever you wanted. So make up your mind, stop lying, tell me where you really want to talk, and stick to it. And I can't type properly tonight, can I? She said, because I'd made lots of typing errors in there. Please make a decision. Will we talk on here or on chat? Babe, let's text on chats. I'm not okay. I've been really stressed lately because of work and everything. Presumably he'd had a bust up with his team. OK, if I accept your new chat, then I won't keep talking on here as well. It's too confusing. Both, babe. But we'll mostly talk on chats, because I might want to talk to my baby while working. You know, you give me peace of mind and ease my stress when I'm sad and tired. No, here or chat, make up your mind, please. I'll not do both. We will mostly text on chat. OK, chat it is. Please don't message me on here, because I won't read them. So please message me on chat from now on. Chat, mostly, he said. I can't decide if you're dim, thick, stupid, or unable to read, so I'll say it twice more. So she did. Please don't message me on here, because I won't read them. She said it twice, and in fact, as you can see if you're looking at the screen, how man-hearted that. And that starts now, she said. You're being so rude with me tonight, and I dislike it, calling me a liar and all that. And so she hopped onto chat and accepted his latest chat request, where he'd said, Sweetheart! Not just the military contract, I also have some important documents I will send to you to receive and keep for me. Let me take my time. I will send them to you. I was busy, OK? Are you there? Hello, said Denise a few hours later when she'd conceded and accepted the chat request. I don't like how you're sounding with me tonight. I've had a lot of stress. Are you there? Yes, I'm here, said Denise a bit later. I was doing the washing up. But our man disappeared. The following morning, which was Saturday, he reappeared. Okay, babe. Good morning, love of my life. I hope you have a fruitful day today. Good morning, said Denise, but over on Facebook. He'd also contacted her. Good morning, sweetheart. I hope you have a fruitful day today. We agreed to text on chat, but I will text you. But it will take you hours to open your reply, me why. But any time I write you here on Facebook, you reply as quick as possible. Why would you be doing that? Good question, because by then, if you look at the screen, 9:13, she had actually already replied to him on chat. So I'm thinking we're talking to at least 2 team members. Because, replied Denise, A, I have replied to you on chat, but you're too bloody lazy to look. B, I told you I prefer Facebook, but you insisted on chat. So I'll now block you on Facebook. Talk to me on chat or go away. And so she did as she said, and blocked him on Facebook. Sunday arrived, and Denise still hadn't heard from him on either of the chat accounts, so I assumed that his mates had blocked him from both of them. So I unblocked him on Facebook. Okay, you chose to talk to me on chat and you haven't bothered, so if you're so rude, childish and discourteous, I won't be applying for your leave. You can stay where you are. Goodbye. Our man sent a screenshot of his Google chat account saying action needed. That made me wonder whether someone else had reported the accounts to Google and they'd blocked them. See why I can't reply you, he said. I wouldn't even want to be rude with you. Never. Why will I be discourteous? If I could log in my chat, why on earth will I refuse to log in and talk to my sweetheart? I choose you more than anyone else. Okay, if you won't apply for my leave, I understand. Maybe I'll have to sign my transfer to Ukraine then. You seem not to understand that I couldn't log in my chat to talk to you. Ah, said Denise, you failed to log into 2 chat accounts, have you? It was you that chose to talk on chat, not me. You that said you wanted to talk there, not on Facebook. I'll assume that you want to talk on here and we'll stop looking on chat. But I'll not swap again. I'll say that again, so you're clear, and there's absolutely no doubt. I will not swap again. Do you have that email and the part of your army contract that tells you about your leave? I'm working under the UN, United Nations, he said, for a peacekeeping mission here in Syria. So that's the email. And so he gave her all the same details he'd given her before, including the Gmail address. Have you made up your mind which is the country we're visiting, or is it still Tasmania? We definitely agreed you were going to get a real US Army email, not a Gmail. And we also agreed you're going to send me the part of your contract that tells you about how to apply for leave and how much leave you're entitled to. Hello, sweetheart. I was very busy. I couldn't text you. Yeah, I haven't gone for leave for 8 months now. I still have 4 years contract in the army. When applying, endeavour to use all the details I sent you for easy identification. How long do you want me to spend with you? You need to choose a quality duration so we can plan for a wedding too. Include the duration when applying. I discussed this with my superiors, so they assisted me. Also, keep me updated too. I'm entitled to leave up to 90 days. How long will you want me to stay? And so he gave her the email address again. 90 days? Per year? Pull the other leg. You agreed you'd send me the bit from your contract with the army giving me the details of your leave entitlement. How long would you want me to stay? Tell me, he asked. He tried calling her. I just turned on the iPad. You tried to call? Yes, I tried to call because I was free. Have you applied yet? Have they responded? You agreed to send me the bit from your contract. I'm not doing anything until you sent that to me so I can see what it really says. I don't believe you get 90 days leave. For 8 months now. I haven't gone for any leave applied to the military. Then include in the letter that I haven't gone for a vacation for 8 months. They're in position to tell you how long my leave will last. Whatever they say, then you let me know. Shall I try again? But I will not say it again. I do not believe you get 90 days leave. You agreed to send me that part of your contract. I won't say any of that again. Sweetheart, my teammate, Sergeant Patrick, leave lasted up to 3 months because it was an emergency. His fiancée applied for leave for 3 months, and my part contract says pursuant to 10 US Code number 701A, military members on active duty can accrue leave at the rate of 30 days per year. Note, in terms of an emergency, the leave rate may increase. So I want you to apply for an emergency leave to know if I can also get a 3 months leave too. Right, 30 days isn't 90, is it? So stop bullshitting me. And you don't have an emergency, so you'll have to take your regular leave. How much leave do you have left for this year? If you haven't taken leave for 8 months, that implies that you did take some before then. So how much do you have left to take? Sensible adult, I know what I'm talking about, please, because I'm tired of your childish bullshit. OK, I think you probably have 20 days leave if you haven't taken any for 8 months. So I'll ask for 14 days. That gives you time to get ready to come here and to travel back to Ukraine. Oh dear, I emailed them, but their email address doesn't work. Odd for the UN, she said, copying and pasting a screenshot, because she had, but it bounced. Good morning, sweetheart. Sorry, I typed it wrong, he said, retyping it. 14 days? That's too short. Make it 30 days. Is 14 days enough to plan for our wedding and visit Tasmania? And I want to take you on a tour to Gainesville, OK? That's the same email address you typed before and doesn't work, said Denise, because I hadn't spotted the difference. Wedding? I haven't even met you. If you check, I added S before the US, he said. That was the mistake. If you check, you'll see it's the same, said Denise, because obviously I hadn't had enough tea or something that morning. We're meeting soon, are we not? You haven't added anything. Please type the correct address. So he did. OK, said Denise, let me try again, when I realised. I removed the S on it. That was the mistake. OK, I've sent it. I've asked for 14 days so we can meet. I think you probably have a total of 20 days leave left to take, so that means you still have 6 days left if you need it. Just 14 days? I do find it very surprising that a man who doesn't even know how to apply for his own leave and can't even tell me how much leave he has left has managed to attain the rank of captain. I assume it's a self-assigned rank. I need it to be with you before leaving to Ukraine, he said. Oh, don't say that. I pray they reply soon. Why not? Said Denise. Even a 16-year-old in his first job knows how much leave he's entitled to and how much he has left to take each year. And even that same 16-year-old would know how to ask his boss when he wants to take annual leave. Are we going to travel to Australia? No, I don't even know you yet. We can do that next time you come, when you've accrued enough leave to make it worthwhile. OK, that's true. Let me see what you sent to the military. Send me a screenshot. Why? I just want to see, he said, because presumably his mate wasn't talking to him. I'm sure your mate will show you what I sent if you ask nicely. I need to get a new passport. I haven't had one for years. OK. When your mate gets the email, please tell him to try to write a proper, grammatically correct email that sounds as if it might have come from the UN. Hello, dear. Any response yet? Good morning, sweetheart. I need to get some sleep. I've been on duty lately. Communicate to me the daytime to travel. I need to rest now. Talk to you later. I can't wait to meet you. Good morning. I haven't looked. Let me look now. No reply, she said. Do you think you sent it to the correct address? And it was sent? He tried calling her. Oh, look, said Denise. They replied about an hour and a half after I messaged you. Why is your life worth so much? And the reason she asked him that was that over on her email, Denise had originally emailed them, saying, for some reason I don't understand, Captain Pladell doesn't seem to know how to apply for his own leave, which is odd for a man who's attained to the rank of captain. I assume you have lower standards in the US. He's unable to tell me how much leave he has left, but I'll ask for 14 days so he can come to England and we can meet. And she included the details that he'd given her and had told her to send to them. Of course, the United Nations replied, sending this very convincing letter. Aircraft Department of the United Nations, New York, NY 10017, United States is headed. Rank, Captain Stephen Pladell, MOS 152H, AH64D, Country of Deployment, Syria. Base Al Tamf. Attention! Good day, madam. We wish to inform you that your request for vacation leave of Stefan Pladell with MOS 152H AU64D, who is currently on a mission, has been successfully received and it's been processed. Stefan Pladell has been very committed to his service and after due consideration he's qualified for a vacation. We also wish to notify you that there are requirements before a serving United Nation mission can be granted vacation leave. 1. any means of identification from you. 2. The name of the closest airline/airport to you that you want his flight to be booked with. 3. Your address and contact information. 4. There will be a deposit of $2,000 for his life insurance, just in case anything happens to him during his stay with you. And if nothing happens to him, and he returns unharmed, your deposit would be refunded back to you. Note: deposits made on his life insurance are refundable if he returns unharmed, and immediately deposit is made, his flight will be booked and processed back home. Reply with I accept or I decline. Congratulations to you both in advance. And it was signed Paul Ann Smith, UN Aircraft Head, Chief CJ2. Denise, of course, did as instructed and replied, I accept. Thanks for your reply, replied United Nation. Kindly send us your details now. Any means of identification from you. The name of the closest airline/airport to you that you want his flight to be booked with. Your address and contact information. There will be a deposit of $2,000. Denise replied, my identification is none of your business. Please, ladies and gentlemen, never send identity documents to someone that you've met online. It's Captain Plodell whose identity you need, continued Denise. He's the one asking for leave. He can fly to Heathrow and I'll meet him at the airport. But she never gave him any further details. Madam, replied the United Nation, sensing money, you can now make a deposit of $2,000. Then we can proceed on Captain Stephen Plodell vacation. Okay, replied Denise, thinking that possibly if they wanted money, they ought to send her some payment details. Back on Facebook, she's just asked her man, why is your life worth so much? Remember, they're asking for $2,000 deposit for his life insurance. Really? He said. Yes, really. How do you mean? Good. When am I to leave? What did they reply you? So she copied the bit where they'd said there will be a deposit of $2,000 for his life insurance, just in case anything happens to him. And in reply to him saying, when am I to leave? She said, I've no idea. Oh, what? Again? Ask them. I did as instructed and replied that I accept. Okay. How much is your life insured for? $2,000 is a lot. $2,000? For what? He asked. So she copied the bit again about life insurance. Life insurance? Okay. So what if nothing happens to me? Will there be a refund? Denise copied the entire letter. You haven't answered my question, though. How much is your life insured for? Denise, of course, was wondering whether she should return him unharmed and get a refund of her $2,000, or arrange a hasty wedding, bump him off, and claim on the life insurance. That means it's refundable. I'm here. What next? He said. Okay, $500,000. Is that all? Said the disappointed Denise. $2,000 is rather steep as a premium for $5,000. I was hoping for a few million. We wait for them to reply, she said in reply to him saying, what next? Okay, have you sent them the details they asked for yet? They asked me to reply with I accept or I decline. I did what they said and accepted. Read the letter. It's okay then. Are you at home? Yes. Why? Because I'll be so excited to spend Christmas with you. So we're postponing our trip to Australia till my next visit. When will you get a new passport? You aren't coming for Christmas. I'm going to my daughter. We can't postpone something we don't yet have planned. I'll apply for it after Christmas. Okay. You need to tell your mate to answer my email, please, she said. No, the military's not replying you here in Syria base, but in New York. Any response? No reply? Not yet. Okay. They sent me a silly answer, telling me I could pay $2,000. Didn't give me any payment details. Imagine, he said. How odd, finding his mate and giving him a kick up the backside. I know, very odd. You need to have a word with him and tell him. The orders are not sent here in Syria, but US. Maybe you have to check again. Oh dear, I think your mate at the UN is very confused. He or she has given me their own personal bank details, not the UN. Because, over on email, the United Nations had replied again, saying this is the bank details, giving the name and bank account details of a money mule in the UK. Of course, I reported that. Oh, come! He said ask question. Ask them if that's accurate. I did. Tell your mate I asked. What did they say? I don't know unless he answers me. because Denise had replied and said, "Hello, I think you gave me your own bank details, not the UN bank details." What did they say? I don't know, unless he answers me. Any response, sweetheart? What are they doing? No reply? No, you probably need to buy him another beer and give him a kick on the bum. How do you mean, kick them? It worked, said Denise. Let me see what they said. Because, of course, her man had told his mate to reply. Good evening, madam. You can go ahead with the payment. We have receiver all over the world. That's the reason why I ask you to send me a screenshot so we can confirm your payment. Okay, he said. And so Denise sent him a screenshot of that reply. Oh, that? Yes, that. Very professional sounding, isn't it? Said Denise. It's okay. Go ahead. Send them the payment screenshot since they sent that to you. Send a screenshot to them for verification. Sweetheart, any response? Hello? Why are you not talking? Are you okay? Because, of course, by then, Denise had ghosted him. Is it very wrong that I got wicked enjoyment from imagining him sitting there waiting eagerly for his $2,000, only to find that it had slipped through his fingers? I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another video.